If you want to know the best Immortal build in Yotei, you are in the right place. With 100 hours of in-game experience, I went back to the drawing board and optimized my Undying Samurai build. The Undying Samurai build will allow you to regenerate HP from various sources, making you last longer in combat even after taking several hits. Regenerate your health by parrying, staggering, throwing smoke bombs, and killing enemies. The Undying Samurai build would not be possible without the armor of the Undying. This armor will enable Atsu to farm health regenerations mainly through staggering and parrying enemies. With the right tools and strategies, you can fight hordes and hordes of enemies without an issue. Its first major passives allow you to regenerate a major amount of health every time you stagger an enemy if the weapon type is aligned. Weapon aligning means that the armor requires you to stagger enemies with heavy attacks while using the right weapons. Like for example, the katana weapon type counters other katana and odachi users. The dual katana can top yari users in a pinch, while odachi kills and staggers brute type enemies. Although the odachi can stagger every type of enemies because of its special properties, you will only regain health by staggering brute type enemies if you use it. And the kusarigama on the other hand can destroy shields in a few swings. Every time you use the right weapon when staggering enemies, you will get a major amount of HP, which is of course very useful in long fights or when fighting a group of enemies, especially for players who are still adjusting to the game. The second passive of the Undying armor also increases the window time of perfect parries and dodges by a moderate amount. This passive is crucial since perfect parries is one of the major HP regenerating sources of this build. The third passive on the other hand gives you a moderate chance to inflict additional stagger damage on enemies when performing focus attacks. You will be using a lot of focus attacks in this build, so this is a great addition when it comes to stagger damage. Each of the weapon's focus attacks is broken, so when this passive takes effect, you'll be staggering enemies easily and regain health in the process. Get this armor after having access to Ishikari Plains and heading to the Storyteller's Rest. Talk to Ugetsu, the Storyteller NPC, to start the quest, and he will tell you the tale of the Undying Samurai. You will be hunting 4 bells in total to summon the Undying Samurai in a duel and get the armor. Progress the quest by getting the first bell located where Ugetsu is camping. The first bell is just hanging from a tree with a samurai's dead body. The second bell is located in Nakagoya Spring, where you can get the bell hanging from a spear near a tree. That's 2 out of 4, and the next bell is located on the cliff near the Stone Jokos. Use your grappling hook to nudge the body down so you can access the body below the cliffs. Follow the cliffs where the body fell and use the grappling hook to reach the lower area safely and get the third bell. And it's time to hunt the fourth one. The fourth bell is located in Rumoy River between the Wolf's Den and the bamboo strikes that I'm showing on the screen right now. Kill the samurai who got the bell and you will have all 4 bells in total to complete the quest. Head to the northwestern edge of Ishikari Plains and head to the location that I am showing on the screen right now. Use your grappling hook to access the lower part of the area and use the ledge to climb all the way down and enter the nearby cave. Navigate the straightforward cave with cool parkour and eventually you will reach the boss arena. Notice that there are 4 wooden poles in here. Hang the 4 bells on each pole in this area to summon the Undying Samurai, and then the duel will start. The last thing that you need to do is to defeat this guy and the armor set will be yours. If you're getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. Since perfect parry is one of our major health regen sources, the charm of Futsunushi is highly suggested. A charm that increases your perfect parry and perfect dodge windows, so it will be easier for you to pull this off. Get this charm by climbing and completing Faithful Leap Shrine located in Tokachi range. The Father's Charm will also allow you to regain health by a major amount at max upgrade every time you pull off a perfect parry. With the combined effects of the charm of Futsunushi and the Undying armor, you will be regenerating HP by a ton in every perfect parry. Make sure to unlock Sumi paintings around the world, as the upgrades of the Father's Charm are tied to the number of your unlocked paintings. And of course, the higher the upgrade, the more health you regenerate after every perfect parry. This will allow you to conserve spirit charges so you can use them for more healing to last in fight or use them to perform offensive spirit techniques instead. Charm of Mount Yotei is easily one of the best defensive charms in the game, allowing you to mitigate all types of damage by a moderate amount. And of course, the less damage you take, the easier it is for you to regain your HP back to full health. This charm also gives you an additional major amount of health after every successful parry. And yes, the added HP regen of the Father's Charm and Yotei do stack, and I already confirmed this after several test runs. Get this charm by clearing the Reliquary of Courage located in Yotei Grasslands. Solving more Reliquary puzzles around the world will further upgrade its effect, so more healing for you in the long run. The next charm is Takezo's Charm of the Stout Heart, another upgradable charm that increases your healing technique, so every spirit charge used on healing is worth it. You do have a lot of HP in endgame, so this will greatly help in covering your lost HP, which is of course matches the theme of this build. Get this charm by defeating Takezo's disciple under the dueling tree in Tokachi range. Another Takezo's charm will take the spotlight, and the bracing victory allows you to regain a minor amount of health after killing staggered enemies. Another HP regen source for us, and staggering targets is not a problem when using this build. The last charm on this list is the Charm of Masaka. I cannot stress how useful this charm is since it makes your smoke bomb another major healing source. In every use of smoke bomb, not only you will be concealing yourself, but you will also gain health in the process. This will then lead to chain assassination, very useful when taking multiple targets. Get the Charm of Masaka by climbing Enduring Hold Shrine and paying respect to its shrine. By the way, if you want all of the best upgrades in Yotei Grasslands and Ishikari Plains, I have made a step-by-step definitive progression guide that you can follow. A guide that will give you 6 weapon types, 4 armor sets, and a lot of upgrades. Link in the description or find it by clicking the card here. The sub-weapons for this build are pretty flexible, but what I use mostly is the Yumi or the longbow for my long-range attacks. My Undying Samurai build rarely uses ranged weapons unless I have to take out an enemy station on watchtowers. Get the longbow Yumi and also the Hankyu from Merchant Run, usually located in major areas or towns. The Tanzutsu is also a suggested sub-weapon, so you can take out riflemen or archers easily. The caveat is that the Tanzutsu is an exclusive endgame weapon, and you can get this awesome weapon by unlocking Oshima Coast and hunting down the Matchlock Master, Murata. There is no reason for you to not get the Oni's Blade, as this Quickfire weapon imbues your weapons with fire. Your attacks will not just be stronger, but they will also be unblockable. I usually save the Oni Flame when fighting bosses, so fights end much quicker. Get the Oni's Flame by just progressing the main story in Ishikari Plains, specifically the main story quest Twin Wolves and Twin Hearts will automatically unlock this sub-weapon after completion. The smoke bomb plays a great role in this build. Not only does this sub-weapon gives you an easy way to chain assassinate targets in a flash, but it also provides healing thanks to the Charm of Masaka. Very useful when you need to heal and break from a group of enemies if getting overwhelmed. Another healing source for the Undying Samurai, and not to mention, it can also perform in boss fights. Camp enemy leaders can easily be blinded by the smoke, so you can pull off a Kusarigama stealth skill or do a critical hit. Get this awesome sub-weapon by just progressing the main story in Teshio Ridge, specifically the Poison and Lies main story quest. Another great sub-weapon for this build is the Blind Bomb. And I am telling you, this thing is broken as hell since you can just throw this bomb and blind and deal stagger damage to multiple targets. So you can farm for heals by staggering targets with heavy attacks. Get the Blind Bomb by progressing Ina's quest in Ishikari Plain, and I believe you already have this quest after unlocking the Scorch Bomb. When it comes to key skills to make this build work, it is a must to have all of the weapon's spirit techniques. Spirit techniques can easily stagger enemies and get your heals if enemies don't die. Like for example, the Katana's Heavenly Slash, the Yari's Thundering Wave, or the Kusarigama's Claw and Talon. All weapon-related upgrade is suggested because all of them are important and mandatory, and you will eventually max them all anyway at endgame. But if you are trying to make this build in the early game, focus on each of the weapon's stagger upgrades. The majority of your heals come from staggering targets, so all stagger damage upgrades are suggested. Progressing the stand-up skill upgrade path to max is great as well, since I already suggested the Tanzutsu in this build. You also have an option to max out your chain assassination upgrade path, since you can abuse this skill and take multiple targets in every smoke bomb you use. When it comes to wolf skills, you should focus on summoning skill 3 first during the early game. Make sure to unlock the wolf's howls first, so when you do the Onryo's howl, you do have a chance to summon the wolf. Next is prioritizing unlocking the wolf's vengeance under the combat tree, so the wolf stays when it appears. The rest of the wolf skill will be dumped into the skill under the summoning tree, since you need to increase the appearance rate of your wolf more than anything else. When playing this build, staggering with the right weapon type and killing enemies is your main priority. You'll be gaining health by staggering and killing targets, so that's the fastest way to make up for any health loss. Make sure to abuse your focus attacks frequently to take advantage of the possible stagger damage bonus from the armor. This build is designed to take out groups of enemies because it can sustain itself. But if you are getting overwhelmed, don't forget to use the smoke bomb to thin the herd with chain assassination and also heal in the process. Abusing blind bombs is also another great way to easily break multiple enemy stances, since the stagger damage that the blind bomb deals is immensely high. If you are up against bosses, staggering them quickly with Oni's Flame and Spirit techniques is the best strategy to go for. And when dealing with regular camp leaders, use the smoke bomb technique to deal tons of damage with assassination techniques. But if you just started the game and want to have the perfect start possible, this 47-minute progression guide will give you 100% progression in the first 2 areas and gives you the best upgrades possible. So click on this video and I will catch you on the next one.